What now? G'day guys, my name's Nat. Yeah, right. Do we actually want to commit to the bit? Like in the last video, right? I pulled these conrods out of the out of my old motor. Do we want to commit to the bit of actually having the conrods, or do you actually want to magnetize it to your shirt?
No, conrods.
Conrods. Yay!
Yay!
I didn't do all that for nothing.
Hey guys, this is Zach from Drkside Media.
My name's Nat, and welcome to the About Us video. We haven't done one of these before.
Nah, so this is all very new to us. Very rarely they were in front of the camera, so we're going to be definitely challenging ourselves with doing this. So there will be plenty of blooper reels after all these sort of videos, so stay tuned for that. But we thought we would just give you a bit of a rundown of what Drkside Media is and how we changed it from Never Lived Photography to Drkside.
So for any of the long-time followers on this page, you probably know that it was once upon a time called Never Lived Photography, as Zach mentioned just before. For probably about 6 or 7 years, I was a drift photographer out at Ashfield Drift Park and Queensland Raceway and a couple of other different places. But deciding to put just the photography to rest, I've done enough of it, and I've handed that baton over to Zach, and now I am starting my my adventure on some videography. So yeah. Once upon a time called Never Lived Photography, and it did only drift car stuff, and now we're doing all sorts of car stuff, just to sort of change it up, explore new avenues, and 20 other reasons why I'm financially poor and keep spending money on camera equipment and have to justify it.
Amen to that. So guys, my name is Zach. I recently joined Drkside with Nat, not even 6 months ago. Pretty much how our journey started was we met back in the old days, 6-7 years ago, working at Woolworths together, and we pretty much just bonded over cars. And then pretty much from there, it just grew into a very big passion for both of us. Probably what really got me into cars was actually my dad. We grew up with so many different types of cars in our garage, so the earliest memories I have is my dad with his Trina SLR 5000. Should never have sold it. Massive shame, but that was probably the very first car that I remember in our garage. Then we moved into heaps of other different style of cars. So my dad went into Hyundais, Fords, Porsches. As usual, always had work done on these cars. And then pretty much from there, that's where my passion started. My very first car was an Impreza 2008 RS. Actually, no, it wasn't. So my very first car was nothing exciting, right? We all had to start somewhere. It cost me $2,000. It was a good old Ford Laser. I think it was a GXL or something like that. 1993 model. It was as old as I was. When I bought it, it was fine, right? Had no issues whatsoever. It was about a year into ownership. I was like, we need to go and get it serviced, right? We went to get the car serviced. It was just at our local Jack's Tyres. As soon as we pulled in, the guy's like, no worries, should only take a day because it's a bit of an older car. We'll just do a bit of safety checks. When I got back, I picked up that car. The guy's like, very happy that you actually came in today because we had to replace all your engine mounts and your engine was about to fall out in that car. So I'm very happy indeed that the engine didn't fall out when I was driving. Otherwise, imagine, would have really ruined my afternoon.
No, that's how you do weight reduction.
Yeah. My very first car, that was the one that pretty much sparked my love of automotive, was an Impreza 2008 RS model. It was a hatchback, it was red. I did the standard P-plater things, lowered it, put massive rear wheels on it that had no tyre tread. It was horrible to drive by the end of it, but it was fun, alright? But we all got to start somewhere. So after the Impreza, I've had many cars after that because I'm financially irresponsible. But the car that probably sticks with me the most, and it is very much something that I look at pictures of her and I still miss her, it was my old Toyota 86. I bought this car when it was second-hand. It was stock as a rock. But it wasn't just any Toyota 86. It was actually a bit of a special one. It was a black line edition. And if you've never heard of a Blackline Edition before, it was pretty much just a base 86 with a full TRD body kit on it and then a full interior run through. It was a lovely car. I had the 86 for over 3 years, and truth be told, I pumped so much money into that, it was not funny. But at the same time, it was the car that essentially I did everything on it myself. I had help from a really good friend of mine. He pretty much taught me everything that I know. So pretty much everything that we had on that car by the time I sold it, besides the expensive turbo kit that we don't speak about, everything else on that car we put on ourselves, and that was probably why I loved that car so much. And that was the car that actually brought Nat and I together as good mates. So after the 86, I had a plethora of other cars, but recently, about 4 months ago actually, pretty much to the day, I decided that I needed to buy something that was a bit more practical, that could support this old man's back, and something that I could actually have back seats, because my previous car was an MX-5. More on that a bit later. But this is the car. Kona N, model year 2022. It is a fantastic piece of machinery. I absolutely love this thing. After all the cars that I've had over the years, it's arguably the favourite car that I've ever had. When I did buy it, the bloke before me, he had a body kit on it already. It's Maxon Designs body kit. Had an X-Force catback exhaust. He did the Ford Motorsport intake, but then all the pipe work around it has been changed too. Blow-off valve. Then pretty much as soon as I got it, within 2 weeks, I bought wheels, tyres. It was lowered, got a downpipe, stage 2 tune, and it's not even been 6 months yet.
Cha-ching, 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 cha-ching.
Yes, exactly. My journey with photography, it started when I was probably about 19, 20 years of age. If you do the maths, well over 10 years. That's enough out of you, Nat. But started with photography, pretty much focusing on landscape, nature, even to an extent animals. Never really shot too many cars until pretty much I was in my early 20s. Had a bit of a break, and then over the last 3 or 4 years I've been dipping in and out of the photography space. But it's probably the last 6 months that I decided that I want to get back into it. And then once I got the Kona, everything else just kind of fell into place. For me, photography, it's not just about having the best shot. I think sometimes it's the incidental ones that create such fun and excitement. And
That was one hell of a DSG fart. So similar to Zach, I've been doing photography for roughly about the last decade, although probably a little bit more serious than what he has. I started out similar to what you did, where I started on the portraiture, the landscapes, pet portraiture and all that sort of stuff, and then very quickly realised that I could combine my my love for cars and my love for photography into one thing, and there's a car driving by. So combined my love for photography and my love for cars, and started heading out to Archfield Drift Park. And for probably 4-5 years after that, I lived there 2-3 times a week, basically any time they had events where I wasn't working. And Never Live Photography was born. So spent obviously a fair few years out at the tracks, Queensland Raceway, Archie, all that sort of stuff, and then took a break for a little bit, and converted to the life of building cars instead of photographing cars, which is something that my bank account has never forgiven me for. Then I decided that I didn't want to spend any more money on cars. I wanted to go back to spending it on camera equipment, so I've come back to car photography. Not a wise choice. In my bank
it is
account.
expensive.
It is expensive, and my bank account is still crying. Again, similar to you, my car story started when I was a kid. I used to be out in the garage every single weekend helping my dad work on whatever I could. I think by the age of 6 I was sanding bumpers. By the age of 10 I was helping him with swapping motors out in his old XF Ford Falcon. I'm sure I've got a photo of it somewhere. And then obviously when I was old enough to have adult money and buying my own car and driving all that, my very first car was a 2002, 2003, one of the years, BA Ford Falcon. And boy, was that thing unreliable as all fuck. The one thing I will say though, at least my motor wasn't going to fall out, but I did have the brakes fail on me probably about 6 or 7 times, and that was the first time I'd ever done brakes. I rebuilt the entire braking system, and then I just got sick of all the other problems. It ran on 3 cylinders for a little while, and then it was like, you know what, I'm sick of this. Bought a brand new car, bought a Mazda, and then hated it. So palmed that off to my mum, and became gay. So this is my 2015 Subaru BRZ. Currently on its second motor because I had a little bit of an oopsie at Lakeside a few years ago at my very first wet diesel skid pan day, and unfortunately Uncle Rodney got me. So you know, the expenses start there. But this was more or less, besides the Falcon with all the other mechanical issues, this was the first car that I ever had that got me into modified cars and got me into working on my own cars, doing aftermarket performance stuff. Headers in a tune like every other 86. Coilovers, exhaust, air intake, all that.
Can we
sort of
just
stuff.
mention what parts on that car?
Okay, all right, yep, all right. We will mention that. 95% of the parts that are on this car, barring the BC Racing coilovers and the taillights because I had to replace them, are all hand-me-down parts from one of 2 cars. Performance modifications were off his car. Cosmetics were off of one of my other friend's cars. I'll put a photo up. You may know her car. And then, unlike Zach, I stopped selling cars and stopped trading cars. I just started collecting them. So I've also got a 1988 S13 in my collection, which, like every good S13, is currently still sitting on jack stands 4 years later. And then I also have a BMW E36 328i, which is also not running. It does leak oil, so it's still got oil, which is good. That's at this stage going to turn into the drift car. So I'm very excited about that. Spent years photographing all the drifting, and now I'm going to go and drive, and my bank account's not going to thank me for that one either.
Smart financial decisions, guys.
I wouldn't say smart. There is not a
Please
single
contact
smart thing
Drkside
about
Media for any financial decisions in the future. We will be happy to assist negatively.
So if a build series on the S13 or the E36 for that matter is something that you guys would like to watch, let us know, because I'd be more than happy to put together a build series on that, considering there is a lot to do, and it would be cool to do.
Yeah, I reckon it would be.
Yeah, absolutely. And I would definitely like to get your help on that, because I can't do it all by myself. I need immoral support.
Immoral or moral?
No, immoral support.
Okay.
You agree with the bad financial decisions I make, because there's nothing moral about that.
Yeah. Because I am usually trying to offload parts to you.
Yeah, well, I'm not buying a Kona. Hey, you should buy an S13.
Nah, I'm all good.
That's good. Aww. So obviously the page was called Never Left Photography for years, but in the whole thing of going and doing videography, photography doesn't really work as a title anymore. So I retired the Never Left Photography project and started Drkside Media. Now, there's a few different reasons why I named it Drkside Media. The first thing was I've spent the last 2.5 years more or less just keeping to myself. I really just went dark. The second thing, one of my favourite mountain roads to drive is up Mount Nebo, Mount Glorious, and it's often referred to as Drkside. So, putting my love for mountain runs and the fact that I vanished off the face of the planet for the last couple of years, Drkside Media. And that is also the plate for the S13 when it's done.
So that's a wrap, guys. Make sure you follow us on all our socials. We're not just on Instagram, we're also on Facebook, we're also on YouTube, and we're also on TikTok. Follow along for the journey. Thanks so much, and welcome to Drkside Media.
By the way, guys, I don't know if I'm close enough yet. Lower. This is one of the conrods from that very car.
Oh, get fucked!
It's meant to be in the car.
No, it's not meant to be in the car. That one.
Here we see a native gnat.
Fuck you!
You're getting in the car. So.
I hereby give you an FA20 Conrod.
Yeah. Testes. 1, 2, 3.
Hey guys, my name's Nat, and this is Zach. He's forgotten his name.
Oh, Zach. I didn't know we were doing that.
Oh, you can drink the solo.
Yeah. It's not a Pepsi Max.
Have a drink and come back and join me.
Thanks, Ryan.
Well,
So when you're looking at this camera, guys, you obviously can't see Ryan behind, but this is what he did in front or behind the camera as Nat's trying to talk. He just randomly just does this. No wonder why I'm fucking laughing. Facebook, we're on TikTok. What's the other one we're on?
We're also on YouTube.
So make sure that you follow all of our... So that's a wrap, guys. Nah, fuck. You moved and I was like, oh,
Okay.
damn. Nah, it's not your fault. I'm not blaming you.
Of course you're not. You are.
Just fucking don't do it again. On Instagram. We're also on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. Please... Oh, nah. Imagine this on the blooper. Like, there'll be like 10 bloopers.
Please donate to me. I need money for car parts.
And YouTube. Come along for the journey. We'll be lovely to see you along. And welcome to Drkside Media. About
Yay.
fucking time.